You've all waited long enough. Hello, everybody, Con and Quintesson. Silver Streak here, and before we review, there's something I have to address. I know it's been like 4 solar cycles since I last made my Robots in Disguise 2001 review, but I've been busy with some college stuff and been making a lot of TF tribute videos, and I deeply apologize for those that are kept waiting to see the end of my review of this series. I also like to thank you all for getting this channel up to 600 subscribers. And because of that, I'm going to make some changes with my reviews. So instead of reviewing just one episode, I'm going to review 2 or more. And I'm also going to bring up some more interesting facts regarding each episode. And I might also have some VAs in this series as well, while occasionally being in the company of my pet Kremzeek, Wit.
Kremzeek.
Now we got that out of the way, let's begin. But first, we begin this episode with Skunk and Slapper causing confusion and delay.
Shouldn't you be in an aquarium somewhere?
In an aquarium? Does this mean Skunk has read All Hail Optimus Prime comics from IDW? This prompts the Finn controller to tell the two to stop playing with their model trains and find more energy on for a cause. While this is happening, the world is being introduced to a linear RFG, which is the fastest bullet train in the world. Koji is in the crowd who will be riding inside of it, while Optimus is of course concerned about the Predacons sabotaging the train. And just on cue, the Alba Bros arrive to see what their mission is.
Okay, everybody, we're here. What was so important we had to be pulled off our regular runs to report to headquarters?
Take a look at this. Go ahead, Ty. Roll the images.
Please pay attention. In the past week, there have been a series of freight train wrecks around the country. The number exceeds the average for this type of incident.
Were people hurt?
Fortunately, there were no humans on board. We feel these wrecks were caused by the Predacons.
Why would they even bother?
Yeah, that's pretty small-scale stuff for them.
The linear RFG begins its first run of Koji riding inside, while the Autobots were keeping an eye on the train for any Predacon attacks. And as expected, the Predacons place a pulse bomb, basically C4 or Jeep stuff, on the bridge that will explode the tracks for the train to go through. However, Prowl and Sideburn arrive on the scene.
Stop by to fix some loose track, that's all. You can never be too careful when it comes to track. Safety first. There's nothing going on here that would concern you.
I find that hard to believe coming from the two of you. The two brothers engage the Predacons on the bridge to prevent destruction as Optimus calls the train command center on the situation.
I'm sorry to intrude, gentlemen, but we have an emergency situation on our hands.
Who's that robot? It's Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots.
I guess the Autobots are only known for a certain amount of humans, seeing as how this man knows who Optimus is. But before communications could reach the train, Darkscream destroys the control systems from getting contact, which leads to Optimus ordering Ty to send out Team Bullet Train.
We need Team Bullet Train for this operation. Access database. Each one is on assignment. I'll have to contact them individually. Let's see.
As we are introduced to Railspike, who's voiced by late Michael Reed, Rapper Run, voiced by Keith Diamond, and Midnight Express, voiced by David Lodge, who each have to drop whatever they're doing and travel to a battle, even if it means abandoning their own passengers.
How am I supposed to get to work? My boss is never gonna believe this story!
While Optimus assists the Autobots with the Predacons on the bridge, the train's brakes aren't working and even speeds up more. This leads to the train team to think of another way to stop it.
That's the challenge, all right. Anybody got an idea how we can pull that off?
How about coating the entire track with glue? That would slow it up.
And how exactly does one plan to find said glue and pour it onto the tracks of a train going that fast? Fortunately, Railspy comes up with a better idea to link up and stop the train. Unfortunately, the brick explodes and Team Bullet Train is running out of rails, which causes Optimus to use his super mode in order to help the train stop in time. Huh, I guess this is where Align Continuity Prime and even Spider-Man 2 got the idea to stop a train. Before Skybite can do any more damage, Cyburn uses his Superman heat vision to stop him. And just before this episode ends, Megatron arrives to show everyone who's the boss. However, instead of finishing off the Avaroos, they have to get through the Team Bullet Train.
Rail spike, transform! Rapid run, transform! Midnight Express, transform!
Who use their signature gun attacks that don't do much against Megatron, which forces the three to commence fusion into...
Let's do it! Bullet fusion mode! Triple power! Rail Racer!
Well, I was going to make a reference to Dragon Ball Z in regards to fusion. This fusion in particular reminds me more of Alexandrite from Steven Universe.
Wow, how come we can't do that?
I don't know. I think they're double jointed.
Maybe they could teach us how to do it.
I was never a good student.
Come to think of it, I wouldn't want to fuse with you guys anyway.
A fusion of the Autobot Bros? I wonder what their combined mode name would be. Maybe Alpha Rotor? Since they would have been called that in the first episode? I don't know. What do you think their fusion name should be called? If the Autobots ever wanted to learn about fusion, I think I might know the certain someone, or should I say gem?
Hello, this is Garnet, and today I'm going to be teaching you about fusion! A fusion is made when two or more gems combine into one, like me.
Fusing is very difficult to do. Gems must be in perfect sync physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Anyways, Ray Racer easily overpowers Megatron and the Predacons are forced to retreat. Optimus thanks Rail Racer for his help, and the episode ends with Optimus watching the linear RG finish its test run. So this was a neat episode to see, and I really liked the Team Bullet Train, which kind of makes me wish we saw more Autobot trains in Transformers media, like the Trainbots and this team, for instance. Or heck, I would like to see them form sort of a rivalry with Astro Train or his Astro Force in the series. I think this team episode was alright.
Optimus Prime, my Predacons will crush you into scrap metal.
Skyfight! Attack!
Take on the Autobots and you'll be the one crushed, Megatron.
Cyber! S-Ron! Go!
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise.
Transformers. Each sold separately, actual transformation time will vary.
Our next episode is Spy Changers to Rescue. We begin this episode with the Predacons attempting to steal the plutonium energy generator. However, the Autobots anticipate their heist, and during the battle, Cyburn accidentally misfires at the generator before Optimus deflects the shot. Optimus then tells Cyburn that if the generator is damaged, they'd be corroded with zirconium gas? Don't worry, if you're confused, you're not alone. In fact, that line Optimus says wasn't even the original.
That's all right. One wrong blast to that plutonium energy generator, and this whole place could explode.
What?
Plutonium generator inside gets damaged. The leaking zirconium gas could corrode our microcircuitry.
What?
Now, the reason that they changed that line was partially due to the fact that This was aired during the terrorist attack on 9/11, and as such, they didn't want any associations with explosives of any kind. Kind of similar to that one scene in Just One Bite from SpongeBob.
This is gas.
Anyways, after Predacon's retreat, we see Koji going on a bike trip with his friend Carl and his dad. The plutonium energy generator is loaded onto a truck for transport. It would also be watched on road by the Autobots, except for Cyburn, who fears that it might release zirconium gas on the Transformers. However, Prowl and X-Brawn make sure that he stays with them at all times. They are soon halted by traffic as the Predacons melt with the highway controls and succeed in stealing the generator. The Autobots were unable to transform in time or shoot them without hitting the generator. And so this prompts Optimus to send in 3 of the Spy Changers, a group of ninja-like Autobots. We get introduced to their leader, Hotshot, the tactical officer, Rev, which stands for Race Extension Vehicle, and the brains of the bunch, Crosswise.
You're getting a little ahead of yourself, Slapper. Transform! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Hotshot. One more, you metalheads, isn't gonna make any difference.
You forgot about me!
Huh?
Rev! Transform! All right, back away from the energy generator and no one gets hurt.
Big deal. Now there are 2 more of you. So what?
Make that 3.
Not another one.
Power down stealth mode.
You're outnumbered and outclassed. Why don't you give us back the energy generator and just walk away? Why don't you try and take it? If that's the way you feel, Crosswise transform!
They eventually confront the Predacons on the beach and get hit with their LCR attack. However, the Spy Changers gain reinforcements from the Wicked Attack Recon sports car, the Common Collective Ironhide, and the best marksman, Mirage.
Who are you people?
You know, right? When are we gonna see more villains in this series? The Spy Changers perform a shoot circle attack on the Predacons, causing the generator to be dropped and rolled at sea where Skybite bites it. I guess he didn't learn his lesson from the car bomb incident. The Predacons get the generator again and make a run for it until the Spy Changers come up with Optimus and the Autobot brothers. However, Optimus insists on the Spy Changers deal with the Predacons. I guess they just wanted to showcase the Spy Changer figures or for kids to get them. I mean, you gotta sell those figures somehow. Skybite decides that if the Predacons can't have the generator, then no one can, and thus destroys it. However, the Spy Changers jump in the way and take Skybite's tsunami blaster, and the Predacons get the generator, which leads them to escape from the Autobots. But as it turns out, the Spy Changers pulled a switcheroo with the generator by hiding the real one from the Predacons and replacing it with...
What's that, honey? Huh? What's the meaning of this? Dirty, rotten double-crossers!
No, those Autobots split us off as saps. Wait till I get my hands on them!
You mean to tell me we went through all of this trouble just to bring this ugly thing back here?
I should have known that these 3 fools would have messed up my plans! Ah! I'll turn you into scrap, you fools!
And this episode ends with Koji enjoying his day with Carl and Optimus promising Koji that they'll save Dr. Onishi someday. This was an alright episode. The Spy Changers are all just recores of G2 GoBots figures, and some of their names are even taken from other characters, such as Mirage and Ironhide, while others will be used on future incarnations, like Crosswise and most especially Hotshot. who will eventually become the key appeal character for the next series, Transformers Armada, as well as the sequel series, Rescue Bots Academy. And there's also apparently spy changers in G1, which consists of Prowl, Jazz, Optimus, Wheeljack, Hoist, and me? I noticed that these two episodes focus on two new groups of characters who join the Autobots while the Autobot brothers get sidelined. It kind of reminds me of G1 where the Decepticons are vastly outnumbered by the cars and trucks from the first year, as well as bringing in new characters with little to no explanation. So far, this series is average for now, and I hope it continues moving forward. Well, that's all I have for now. Be sure to like, subscribe, and do all our fun stuff, no matter the cost. Huh? What? What the scrap? Huh? What? Ah! That's. Oh my Primus.